Hello, everybody. Look back. The Stolen Turnabout. October 13th, 3:02 p.m. at Wright & Co. law offices. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose. I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself. At least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Crane Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the Sacred Urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred Urn given to Pearls. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. Bum, 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 bum. The Treasures of Crane exhibit is all ruined now. Maya. I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Maybe I can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we've got the Sacred Urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Mass-to-Mass Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa. Whoa! That's brilliant, Nick! We could clean up and be filthy rich. Woo! Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews. She's still hanging around down here for. So, how's it going about the Sacred Urn? The urn? Oh, it's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Mastermass's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. It looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring Damask to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job. Hey, Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Atme again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that Mass-to-Mass calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. I guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the Sacred Urn after all. I guess so. What? So Mass murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that that's the way he always operates. That's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Mask pretty well. I'm so glad that you got your Sacred Urn back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow that urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why would I? Psyche locks. What do you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Well, I don't have the urn right now, so I'll have to wait a bit for that. At me, Detective Agency. Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops. What did you expect, now that they know he was actually masked to mask? This must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen. Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. But wasn't he in charge of the mask-to-mask investigation all the way up to yesterday? Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? He'd say something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal." Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. October 13th, mask-to-mask hideout. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya! Mr. Light. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Mr. Light was had such a vulnerable side. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. Just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit, he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!" He would never say that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief. Huh, the very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they could be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Atmey's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. And Detective Atmey knew more about Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said the ace detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. Bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Mr. Light, do you know about KB Security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore.
Looks like Miss Delight doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is.
Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car.
Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike.
Make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying?
Why don't I give you a ride sometimes? Or better yet, how about now?
No, I'll pass, thanks. Why don't you tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves?
Haha, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick.
Miss Delight told us the location of KB Security.
Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in a corner, so I fought back.
Robbers?
Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears.
Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation.
Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it, he screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale.
This guy's wearing a plastic bag. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people.
Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself. He came to save me, a total stranger. All by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did.
That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too. I guess.
Nick, I'd hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage.
With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future.
Well,
it happened. It's already happened.
October
October 13th, Detention Center Visitors Room.
I already told you, it's not me! A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence.
Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now.
Man, we don't have enough time as is.
Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, and now they got a murder case on their hands.
I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge, too.
Come on, we'll just have to come back later.
Okay, let's go check out some other places, Nick.
October 13th, KB Security CEO's office. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh?
The walls in here look thick. Just like you'd expect in a CEO's office.
Well, what has that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh?
Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us.
Yeah, I feel for you.
Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like,
oh, that was great! You guys got what you deserve, pal! Ho ho ho!
Or something to that effect.
Do I really sound like that to you, pal?
If the gumshoe fits.
Well, anyway, the point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs, and I can sympathize when things don't go to your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives.
Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy.
Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating.
Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder.
Okay, but the thing is, I'm really not supposed to.
Hey, come on, what about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal?
Okay, I won't cry on you, pal.
The victim's name is Kane Bullard. This looks like a piece of shit person. I'm not gonna lie. He was the CEO of KB Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. Well, damn. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Probably an object in this room. Happened at exactly the same time that Mask to Mask was stealing the urn, huh? Kane's autopsy report. Time of death, 10:12 at 1 a.m. Caused cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt force trauma to the head. Why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell out. I think we still need more information about Mr. Billard. Billiard. Maybe we can start by getting the man's name right. So, what happened to Mask to Mask? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again! He keeps yelling. No. I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Oh, that was great! That guy got what he deserved! Now the detective and I are... Now that's the detective I know and love. Think about it. Admy was always around when a calling card showed up, but he's always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Heh, yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I'd ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But, there's this one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Emanon case. There was a witness on that one. A witness? Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief was already under arrest, you guys can keep it. The gem and the thief. Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? It's pretty small, so it's hard to see, but now that she mentions it... Oh, that prosecutor! I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think he did that way. I think he did it that way just because he knew it hurt more. And that's what my gut tells me anyway. So who is that Java addict, masked maniac anyway? Prosecutor Gatto? Or Prosecutor Godot? He's quite the enigma, huh? Thing is, pal, I'd never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. That's right. He said this was his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true, according to the records anyway, but... No way he's an amateur. He's a nice man in court, a maverick that gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular. No, that's not what I meant. That Godot guy sounds like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Stolen, the gem and the thief. Precious gem. The Tear of Emanon. Priceless. These look like some kind of bookshelf/rolling cabinet hybrid. I can't get in between these two shelves! Don't strain yourself trying. Looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files. Yeah, it's files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. Be a good night's reading, if you've got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little more exciting, like UFOs or something. This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought.
Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out, just for a second. Oh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you, whip me up a cup of coffee, some real expensive import tea, and some scones. Move it. Ah, this is the life.
The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know?
Ah! Oh, there's a button here. Let's see.
Hey, cut it out! Don't press that!
Ha 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 ha, that was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that.
What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel.
Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first?
This alarm's connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here. Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime.
Oh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer?
Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. They said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Buller, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we'd better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. Connected to the basement security guard office, there are no fingerprints on it.
Wow, look at that huge framed photo.
Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky.
There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise?
Either this guy didn't get out enough, or he had really rotten luck with the weather.
Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days.
Or maybe it's ironic. I don't know. It's like I'm talking to them, but I'm... never mind. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. Check out this big, thick binder here.
Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick.
Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work. Just a little hard on the eyes.
Ah! What did you find out, Nick?
This file, it's not about any sort of security operations or anything. Huge file is all about mask to mask. It's filled with info on him.
What? What kind of info?
It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and the crime scenes.
Hey, Nick, look at the last page.
It's a list. Let's see. Tier of Anon, $100,000. Looks like a list of all the treasures that Mask to Mask stole.
So that 100,000 is the value of the stolen item?
I don't know. The number seems kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. Found on the table of the crime scene. 100,000, Crown of Bongora, 150, Left Hand of Hades, 240, Portrait of Magina, 50,000. Or 500,000, I should say.
Ew. Think about it. That guy was laying in here all night.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints. There were none. Well, somebody opened this safe on the night of the crime, right?
Yeah, and so...
Well, if Mr. Buller's body was hidden in here, it must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open this safe, pal. Yeah, and? Everyone that knows how to open this safe had airtight alibis. I checked. Everyone except one, that is. I'm almost afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron Delight.
What? Ron Delight? He was a security chief?
Ron? So he knew how to open the safe, huh? Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal.
This rope. You think it fell out of the safe when it was opened?
I don't think so.
So, you mean...
Yeah, I think the string shows where and how the corpse was lying.
You mean... the victim... he was killed by being crushed by the safe door?
She can't be serious, can she? Maya. She could definitely be serious. Okay. Let's see here. This is proof that Ron Delight was here at the scene of the crime when the murder happened. His wallet and this key card, huh?
I think we need to ask Mr. Delight some more about those two things. Detective Gumshoe, about this right here.
This is generic, I do not care. This was his first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was going to get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness. By witness, do you mean the guard in this photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching Mask to Mask.
But he got away, huh?
Got away anyway, huh? That guard. Got the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately. It's probably Ron Delight.
Detective Gumshoe, about this right here.
Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold.
So, about this.
Huh? What's that? Hey, wait a minute, Maya.
What's wrong?
We copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So, what are you two whispering about?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billfold.
That's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now, I really want you to show it to me. October 13th, KB Security Guard Office. Wow, this is really something else.
For security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure.
KB Security Guard. Uh-oh, I just remembered. Larry might be... Hey, Nick, what's up? So he is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? And you got my sweet little Maya with you, too.
Hi, Larry.
Here I was working my fingers to the bone. And in walks an angel. I've got no problems with the daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's so hopelessly clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, have I got some good info for you.
Really? What is it?
Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But Nick here is a different story.
But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies.
That was then and this is now. I hate you, Larry. That's my partner's seat. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady.
There's tea spilled all over that machine, you know?
Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. Still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess. Something is written on this poster in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments.
Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. Number 1, obey thy superior. Number 2, respect thy superior. Number 3, smile at thy superior. Number 4, salute thy superior. Number 5, buy donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed Windy Oldbag, head supervisor.
She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with a real genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now.
Wow, take a look at these things here. Hey, Larry, what are they?
Huh? Did you say, Hey, man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something.
Oh, boy. How did this guy ever get a job here, anyway?
That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on the monitors and use that mic for communicating.
Look at all this equipment. Must be hard to operate.
No, Biggie. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room.
Somewhere? Instruction manual? What are you going to do in an emergency?
Well, I guess I'd start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what a security professionals call teamwork.
Even Maya and Pearls could run this place better.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Yeah, smells like old bag, baby. Alright.
Those screens there show what's going on all over the building, everywhere. It's my job to keep a steady eye on them. All of them.
I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you.
Can you watch regularly on regular TV on these two?
If anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry.
Hey, Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it.
And how do you know that, Larry?
Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking. It was a professional investigation, alright.
Hey, Larry. That's your jacket, isn't it?
That's right.
Did you know you hung it right on top of some kind of lever?
Yeah, sure. I was told to never ever touch that lever. She scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got a greenhorn?
So why hang your jacket on such an important lever?
Because it got me curious. If the jacket's weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspension just kill you? Don't you just want to know what'll happen, huh?
It's true. It is killing me too. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, but for a different reason. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry?
Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free.
He wants a bribe? I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest? Can you talk to him, Maya?
Larry, tell us already. What's the good info?
Hey, I like that. This kitten's got some claws. Okay, you really want to know?
Yes. So tell me.
Okay, so the thing is, Ron Delight was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me?
Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on.
Well, 1 year ago, Ron Delight was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful.
I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that.
Like maybe skipping out to work to go pick up hot chicks or something.
No, that's just you. So what is it like to be a part-time security guard?
Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me, I get it all right, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time.
Monitors?
There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out.
Oh.
And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams.
What teams?
The security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them.
So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you?
Why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb!
Even if it is part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security here.
Hey, give me a break! Don't try to pin the whole thing on me! That's not fair, Nick!
Huh?
I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility.
Anyway, the point is, you were here that night, right?
Larry! I fucking hate you, Larry!
Oh no, I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all.
Well, it's like I always say, that was then and this is now, okay?
It looks like I'm gonna have to break his psyche locks after all. Hey Larry, there's something I want to ask you about. Hmm. So I don't have the jar. I might be able to do Larry's. I don't think I can, but I might be able to. The night of the crime. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to?
What? Huh? Oh, of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been?
But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Miss Delight?
But that was that, and this is now.
Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night too?
Never. I didn't sneak out. I'll tell you what. I'll even bet you $1.
$1. Wow, now that's confidence.
What's with that drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain?
Evidence that Larry was not manning his station when the murder happened. But there's no fingerprints on it, so we have no proof that this was even used. Gonna try. Yeah, no. We need proof. We need proof that that button was actually touched. Yeah, we got nothing. So I didn't really get anything out of that conversation. Not really. Hang on. What if I show you Ron Delight's image? I kind of feel sorry for him. He's kind of a sad young guy. Yeah, and he seems to have a habit of always getting arrested prematurely. Well, it's just my personal opinion, but I think the police should have investigated the whole thing more carefully. But weren't you the one that arrested him with a giant goofy smile on your face? Come on, we don't have time to start with that. Let's just leave it alone.
Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bullbard. Bluebard.
That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard, pal.
Oh, yeah. The victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me.
Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbling like an idiot right now.
Okay, Nick. Now is our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask.
Can you tell us more about Mr. Bullard?
He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway?
Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this kind of work. Oh, and, I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber. Oh, you don't say! The CEO of a big business being a money grubber.
Really? Me too! I just love money. I can't ever get enough.
Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions.
Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier.
Let me go already. Apparently, he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies.
Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded.
Yeah. Oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Mask to Mask.
What? Really?
Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. Why would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Ron Delight anyway? Well, Mr. Delight used to work at KB Security, right? But what was it that made him quit?
Nick, that's it! Maybe that's the same reason he's being blackmailed.
Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now.
Oh, alright. Ba 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 da.
I must be missing something. Do you know about this?
Oh, is that a letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their noses into other people's business. It looks like Mr. Light doesn't know about it, which means she has no idea that her husband was being blackmailed. That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then.
So it's true then. He must have dropped it at the crime scene.
Ah, I know what that is. That's one of those key cards from Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one.
It's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. Can I break your Psyche Lock without that base back? That pathetic looking wooden box. Ah! That's the box that had the Sacred Urn in it. Don't touch it, there may be clues to identify. I worked so hard to make that box. You made that poor excuse? Okay, this is the same thing. Looks like it's been dry for several days. Some suspicious paint mark. Bottom part is shaped oddly and shocking pink. See, the color is important.
Ba 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 ba. So Detective Atme was actually Master Mask. She really seems depressed.
I can't say I blame her. She's the one who hired the fox to guard the hen house. Alright, let's try it. I probably need the vase, though. Or the urn. I probably need the urn back from Pearl, which I'll probably get eventually. The Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn?
Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit.
The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before.
Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake.
A fake?
You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine?
No, because Pearl isn't back to get it examined. Yeah, I need Pearl. I need Pearl! Pearl, where are you? Okay, at me. No. Damn it. Fuck. Okay, I might be missing something. What about this person? I'm sorry, pal. I always knew there was something suspicious about this guy, and I was right. Turned out that Damas was that ace detective in disguise.
You really thought that?
Of course! It's the stone cold truth. Sooner or later, a guy like that always shows his true colors. Yeah, well, I think we saw a little too much of his true colors today. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. I always knew there was something suspicious about this guy. They're the same! Hey, where's your little cousin? Fuck me, I've already forgotten. Ho-ho! Wait a minute. He found it at 1 a.m. He found it, which means he wasn't in his office. I think. Wait, was that an RPG over there? Hang on. I'm sorry. No. I think I have a... I think I have a good idea, but I need... What the hell's going on up here? Okay, no. What is that? What is that? Is that... What is that? There's like an RPG playing over here. But I don't know what the RPG is. It's a Capcom game. Capcom RPGs. Honest to God, I can't think of any Capcom RPGs. Monster Hunter, kind of. But this was before that. 2003, yeah, this was before that. That's like SNES. Or maybe Game Boy Advance? What is that? Is it, maybe it's just a unique texture. Maybe I'm losing my mind. It might be just a unique texture that looks like a NES game, an NES game, RPG. That freaks me out.
Okay, do you have any proof I wasn't at my station?
Yeah. This wallet. You know about this, right?
I've never seen it before.
Liar. You hand-delivered this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday.
Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens.
Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet?
I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning?
That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office.
Yeah, but there's something you don't think about.
What's that?
My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. Murder must have snuck in before then.
What do you mean by that?
If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before me.
Why do I have the feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of the doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO office after 1 p.m. during your shift. Because the whole reason was the blackmail letter. Or it's this. Yeah, it's this. Larry, when you use this keycard, does it leave a record?
Yeah, it does. But I can't show the record to just anyone, you know.
That keycard data has already been made public in the trial today.
What? I didn't know about that. Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me.
Boy, does this sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the secure CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was more definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder.
No way!
Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift.
Oh.
Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time.
Oh, no! Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. My fault that the boss was killed. My fault.
Larry.
There was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man.
What happened that night anyway?
My Donna happened.
Huh? Your Donna?
I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her.
Who was?
Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally, I'm the one that does the punching, isn't that right, Maya?
Yeah. So is this why you left the security guard office?
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make it up to you, Nick? What can I do? What?
He's curled up on the floor, crying like a baby. Oh boy.
Nick! Is there anything I can do? Anything, just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make it up for you, I swear I will.
Larry.
Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got?
She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him.
Nick! I think you know how much I want to help you guys, but I don't know.
The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right?
That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya.
Huh?
Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Thanks. I try.
Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now?
Yes, please tell us.
Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed.
I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier.
Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh?
You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office?
Oh, this is the third floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the first floor. I thought it would be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's the police detective here, right? No, I just don't think it was necessary.
It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet.
Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night?
There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right?
Of course I did, and I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either.
Do you think you could take just one more look for me? Pretty please?
Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya.
What do you think, Nick?
He's probably right. I don't think even Larry can make a mistake like that.
What is it? What's wrong?
Oh, I made a mistake.
Huh? But how?
It can't be. It's impossible.
Okay, enough already. What about the records?
That night, it went off just once. 1 a.m.
1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened.
Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be.
The buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. on October 12th in the CEO's office. Larry! I'm so fucking sick of you.
You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know.
What are you gonna do? What are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record?
We're on the record? Oh no, nothing at all.
This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. Fucking hate you, Larry. What about you, Gumshoe?
About this right here. Sorry, but, I'm useless. Help! I'm useless! Help me! Alright. Pearl, come back, please. I'm lost again! How am I lost again?
Can I show him the buzzer? Nope.
Oh, that's the wallet I found.
You found it when you snuck out of work to get sucked in the kisser, right?
I didn't sneak out of work to get socked in the kisser. If only I had been more responsible at work. I might have spotted the murderer on the monitor like I was supposed to.
Larry, you really do feel bad, don't you?
Yeah, well, maybe it's all for the best. I think it's brought Desi and I closer together. Just like they say, every cloud has its silver lining. You gotta see that old water glass is half full, am I right?
Now he's starting to sound more like the Larry I know.
Don't forget, Nick. Half full.
So was this the card that was used by the culprit that night?
Well, going off the serial number, then yeah. This card was used to open the CEO's office door at 1 in the morning.
Your client had this card, right? Then it's a no-brainer.
Your client had this card, right? Then it's a no-brainer. He's the killer, man.
Bum bum bum.
I know I said I would help you, but I'm so fucking useless, man. I'm so fucking useless.
There's nothing. There's nothing else.
The CEO of our company. He was a pretty good guy.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not very good about working hard, right?
Yeah, I kinda noticed.
Well, guess what the boss said to me about that? I don't expect much work from you, Larry. And in return, just don't expect much pay.
I see.
I guess he had to follow some kind of dumb law about having security here in the office.
So in order to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel.
To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. If I ever grow up to be a CEO, I want to be just like him. And don't worry, Nick. I promise I'll hire you for security.
I don't know what happens. My mouse like got lost in the ether.
I'm sorry, Nick. I'll change. Man, Desi is one awesome lady, alright. It's been a long time since I felt this way. I think I'm really in love this time.
A long time, huh?
Yeah, well, except for what I felt for you, Maya.
I don't think even he knows what he's saying anymore. You know what? I wonder if it's you I'm supposed to talk to, really.
I know he doesn't look it, but he can really get things done when he puts his mind to it. Really? So what exactly does he put his mind to? Well, not very often, I admit. But I'll never forget the first time we met as long as I live. It must be nice to have such a fond memory like that. So this is Master Mask, huh? Wonder what kind of house he lives in.
Who knows? Maybe it's exactly like this house.
Ha ha ha! You're so funny sometimes, Nicky boy. But if I was a famous thief, I'd live in a great big gorgeous mansion.
I'll be sure to tell that to your husband.
I'll never forgive this man. He tried to pin his own crimes on my Ronnie. I don't blame you. All criminals are the same. They're nothing but filthy, sneaking liars. I hate their guts.
Cool. Okay, I think I get it. And I think I can see why Ron didn't tell her how he was earning that money.
As long as I've got my motorcycle and my Ronnie, I'm happy. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that plus a little excitement and a little shopping money. Then I'm happy. Now she's starting to sound a bit greedy. Don't you think, Nick? Oh, I know him. This is Ronnie's boss, the CEO guy.
Well, now he's an ex-boss. Someone killed him last night.
Naturally, I know that. He was a pretty sly man, let me tell you. Oh, really? You bet he was. He made Ronnie chief of one of the security teams. But that was just so he could work him like a slave. Did Mr. Delight ever have a problem with Mr. Bullet himself?
Even if he did, you think she'd ever tell you about it?
Well, Ronnie isn't the type to complain about that kind of thing. I tried to get him to talk to me about work, but he never would.
Take a look at this.
Oh, I ain't the faintest idea.
So what do you know about this?
No, you can't show her that, Nick. The emblem is top secret, don't you remember?
Oh, oops.
Oh, just here in top secret. still don't have anything. Oh, this is the guy who delivered Ronnie's wallet. He's got some issues, doesn't he? Huh? Let's just say his flirting style is pretty obvious. Pretty stale, too, actually. It's pretty sad when the only thing you remember about a man is his lame pickup lines. What's even more sad is said man probably believes in those like they're his lifelines. Looks like he blew it again, huh? Lost. Okay. There's nothing in here. I can't examine a damn thing. Oh, the sacred urn. So what do we do now? Isn't it obvious we should get out there and investigate the mirror? Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Don't... Me? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Amy, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus, the base has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I Am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that urn is a fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Crane Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Crane Village in a long time. So I guess people still go to Crane Village to do their training, right? Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. Why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well... lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen. Is what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in our village, it happened because the power of channeling was misused. When the medium uses the Korean technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. But that isn't even what happened in that case! That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. Sounds like being the master of Korean is going to be a heavy responsibility. Pearly sure is a good kid. Yeah, but she tends to let her imagination get the best of her, though. That's one of the things I like about her, silly. Slapping you in the way she did. She's a tough one, all right. You're telling me. I think she knocked a few teeth loose. Pearls is only 9, but it's amazing how emotionally strong she is. After all, the only family she has left is her only cousin Maya. I'm losing hope. I am befuddled. I am baffled. I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm doing. Ah! October 13th. Ah! Mr. Wright! Mr. Delight, did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore! Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see... On the same night, the sacred urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor Department Store. A blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And then, that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But, there's only one Ron Delight, am I right?
So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it.
Okay.
Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are Mask to Mask?
Is that what I've been saying since yesterday?
That was a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating.
But listen, Mr. Delight. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we?
Yeah.
I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time.
But then the person dressed up as Mask to Mask in this photo...
It's gotta be Detective Atme.
So that night you didn't go to Lordly Taylor. You went to KB Security, right?
Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should. All right, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the keycard to unlock the door.
It's probably when he dropped his wallet.
When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there.
Someone?
Then suddenly, they bashed me over the head. Bam!
Was it Kane Bullard that hit you?
I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body.
So, that's why you put it in the safe?
Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there, for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick, all of a sudden, Mr. Delight kinda sounds like the murderer to me.
Please don't say that.
Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB Security? How did you... I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi! Please! Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Oh, thank goodness. No, but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief. She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that can bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought, anyway.
So he became Mask to Mask for Desiree, huh?
Hey! This is an article about my debut heist! Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail.
But Mask to Mask, he must have gotten away, right?
It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right! I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my Mask to Mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, eh?
Wow, awesome!
Hey, hold the phone. The guard in this photo... Is this you, Mr. Delight? That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself.
Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. About first height, the guard in the photo is Ron Delight.
But as you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective.
Detective Atme found the Mask to Mask costume. That's interesting.
Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him.
So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this.
Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume.
That must have been really time-consuming, huh?
Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Blackmail letters?
You got them starting when? Tell me more, now!
Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. This blackmail letter. Is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location.
So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Yeah, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. Someone found out about your true identity just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I've got proof that it was used to give up, it went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all the trouble to steal.
Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up?
Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000.
No one said anything about me being worried, you know.
After that, I started getting the plans in the mail.
Plans?
What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal a crown, or painting, or some other rare treasure. They showed security, blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods.
So you mean that the one who planned the heist wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him.
So Ron Delight was mask to mask after all. But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail.
All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail.
Did you try to not look so gleeful about it?
So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans, too? Well, the truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal.
Mr. Delight, is everything you've just told me the truth?
Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay?
From Damask's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
Yes, but please don't hurt me.
Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him?
Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday.
Why?
Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight.
I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word.
Mystic Maya! Hey, Pearly! I'm back!
Hey, Pearls. So what have you been up to this whole time?
The sacred urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Crane Village to have it examined. And what did you find out? Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. Whew! That's a relief. I was worried. But there's one small problem.
Problem?
These cute little pink splotches. They said that it's paint, and that they were put on the urn recently.
Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? We gotta find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yes, Mr. Nick, we gotta find out how they got there.
Okay. We'll go find out how they got there.
Please don't forget about me.
Found in Atme's office, covered in pink splotches, but it's the genuine article. And now...
Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. Hello there. I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see.
Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here.
Nick, let's look around one more time.
This box, there's something about it that's bothering me.
That's the box that the sacred urn was in. But it looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn.
I think I know how the paint got on it now.
All right, let's investigate again, Nick.
Urn box added to court record. A wooden box that had the sacred urn in it has pink paint stains on it. It looks to me like it's been dry for several days.
There's something suspicious about that paint mark. Bottom left part of it is shaded oddly and shockingly pink. Mr. Nick, could it be that this odd shape is...
Yeah, pretty sure that this is it.
That's the box the sacred urn was in.
If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well.
Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick?
This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. Completely dry, the box of the sacred urn fits in the gap perfectly. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn.
See? We got our sacred urn back. That's really wonderful.
But we're not entirely convinced it's the same urn. Miss Andrews, we want you to cooperate with us.
What a magnificent box!
You're not going to throw us off the trail with flattery. I want to know about the paint on this box.
Well, I'm sure I don't know anything about that.
Some people just have a natural gift for lying. Adrian's not one of them. Miss Andrews. About the paint that's all over the wall.
Oh, look at that! It looks like paint, all right. Isn't that funny? I've never noticed that before. Has to be the most pathetic acting I've ever seen in my life. I'm beginning to get very frustrated.
Uh-oh. I'd better do something to calm them down and fast. Enough out of you. Well, it could be a fake, but that can't be. We have the genuine article. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Crane Village and had it examined.
Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how...
What she discovered was that the urn had been broken. Again.
Did you say again?
Yes, it was broken once a year ago, and now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too.
Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know?
Because this poster still had it as its original form. Original, quote-unquote. This poster. It was made recently, right?
Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit.
At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said I am on it. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says Amy. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed.
I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken.
That was a mistake. Now tell the truth.
Well, wait!
Or?
Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it.
Huh?
Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened.
Looks like she's not going to give up that last psyche lock so easily.
Do you have any proof the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor?
Not the pink splotches. Come now. Is it the box? Okay. Well, Miss Andrews?
What is this supposed to mean?
This urn has these pretty little pink paint splotches on it. That urn should have worked! And there's some on the box the urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say?
So, what does that prove?
That the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here at Lordly Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, it means that the urn was broken here, too.
So you can prove that? Can you prove the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse?
I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yes, more or less.
There's pink paint splattered on the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. There's an odd shape imprinted to a part of the pink paint stain, am I right?
Yes.
If you put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken.
Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn.
Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher.
I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. It happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster photo was taken on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in a box. When I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise and thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken piece of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock and let a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened.
Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands.
Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Crane Village. So I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed to Amy. I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Amy. Any sane person? Really?
Oh, Pearls. You're not insane, you're just stupid. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. She's young, she's never been to school before, because she's been trapped in Crane Village, unless Crane has its own school. But it probably only has a school of fucking, spirit channeling.
Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom, and no one had seen it since then.
Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box. Kept out of sight.
But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it.
The Amy Faye statue. Aha! The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen.
But Mr. Nick, there was no paint marks on the walls or floor of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And I realized the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearls? Day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible.
She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews?
Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well, then who was it? Who would have done it and why?
On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day, it was moved. But why? Carried into the basement warehouse the day of the crime, moved again that night. It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case.
Why? Why do you think so, Nick?
Because that night, the real thief, Ron Delight, was at KB Security. So then why did another mass-to-mass show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact.
One undeniable fact?
The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. Save your progress. Yes. Alrighty. We're done here. Even after I got lost, that was a fairly short investigation. If I didn't get lost, it'd probably be like an hour and 10 minutes or something like that. And I wouldn't have gotten lost if I just talked to Maya at the beginning of the investigation like I usually do. But the one time that I don't, where I'm just like, it's just going to be the what should we do and where should we go things, and then I just leave. But no, this time it was different. Damn it. Anyway, that is going to be it for now. Next time, we will be starting, there it is, Part 4-1 trial. We got parts to this trial. We're good to go. Thank you all for watching, especially if you got this far, and stick around, because there's a lot more to come.